I'm back with a banger Keno strategy for you in this video. This strategy is a little bit riskier, but not that risky. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. I love posting strategies like this. Also join my Discord, link in the description. Tons and tons of giveaways. I usually tip people that comment on my video. So join the Discord, link in the description. Let's get into the video. So I am doing this on Go to Casino because that is my preferred crypto casino, but this will work on other crypto casinos that do have Keno. I just love GoDaddy because they do have an airdrop coming up later this year that can be absolutely life-changing. If you've been following me for a while, you know I talk about this all the time, but I got over $100,000 from the Shuffle airdrop earlier this year and last year, and this one can be even bigger. You can see that I have farmed over 11 million points, so that is a huge amount. If I had to guess that these 11 million points will be roughly about $300,000 to $500,000 at the end of this year, fingers crossed. All you have to do is sign up on Go to Casino. Use code MTG when signing up. That is my code, and you get so many benefits, including a leaderboard that rewards you for the more you wager. So if you wager a ton under my code, you get a big bonus from me. You get a bigger allocation and so much more. Join the Discord. Link is in the description. Let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to do is it starts off on classic. It might be different wording if you're on a different casino, but if you're on go to DGen or whatever the hardest mode is on the casino that you're on. Next, you select 3 tiles. You don't have to pick the 3 that I am selecting. That's just what I'm doing for this video. The numbers don't really matter, but if you want to pick your lucky numbers or whatever you think will be lucky, go for it. I'm just going to pick random numbers. I'm going to pick 10. Let's go with 7, and let's go with 37. I don't think I've ever selected these 3 numbers like this, but you're on DGen or whatever. It might be hard or extreme. I forget what the other name is on other casinos, but go to the hardest one. I have a $50 balance. I'm doing a 0.001 cent bet for my $50 balance. If you want to be riskier, then take a 0 off or make it 0.002, whatever you want to do, but I'm doing 0.001. And now go to configure auto, go to on loss. You're going to increase this by 2.22%. Stop on profit. Just like in all my other videos, I don't want to be greedy because remember, this is still gambling. In all of my strategies, you can bust doing it. So gamble responsibly, gamble with money you can afford to lose. I say in every single video, I'm going for a 10% gain because making 10% in one day is an incredible amount if you're smart with it. So 10% is $5. So stop on profit of $5, but you don't have to do this. This is just what I'm doing. $5, 10%, click apply, make sure everything is set up. I have 3 numbers selected. You can pick whatever 3 or follow along and pick the same 3 that I did on the hardest difficulty, because when this hits, it's an 81.5x. And then when you go to the configure auto and increase by 2.22%, that increase will help recover your losses and more for each win. So if you've been following and do these strategies, you'll understand what I mean. But if you're new to the channel, you'll see what I mean as this goes. But the bigger the dip, the bigger the rip. So if it goes on a huge loss streak, I am fine with that because I know that when it wins, it'll be a lot more profit than it would be if it was winning, back to back to back. Once again, might be hard to imagine what I'm picturing or what I'm talking about, but as I start the strategy, you'll see it and it'll make more sense. I'm going to pull up the graph. I'm going to put it over here, hide my webcam, mute my mic, triple check everything. Because remember, if you have something wrong, or say you have this on normie instead of DGen, obviously the strategy will be different because then it goes to a 50x multiplier if you hit 3. So we're on DGen and you have to hit 3 to get an 81.5x. If you hit 1 or 2 of these, it pays 0x. So you have to hit all 3. So it doesn't happen too often, but that's why I said I am fine with the big loss streaks. But here we go. I'm going to hide my webcam. As I said, mute my mic. I'm going to come back to $5, which is 10%. I know $5 doesn't sound like a lot, but it's all relative and it's all based on the percent. So if I start with $500 and I make 10%, that's $50 while I do nothing, go to the gym or whatever. I'm making money, making $50 doing absolutely nothing. But I like doing these strategies with a little bit lower of money, at least for the videos, because before I used to do videos where I'd start off with like $100 or $1,000 and people couldn't really relate to that, to be like, oh, where's the smaller balance strategies, things like that. So I start most of my videos off between $40 to $50, but when I'm off camera, I do use a higher amount. So say I start off with $200, go for 10% doing the same strategy, that's $20 I made doing absolutely nothing, not even at my computer or anything, just making $20 or $50 or 10% of whatever the amount is, doing absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna stop talking. Let's get this going. Hide my webcam, mute my mic, and I'll see you guys soon. And there we go. After almost 1,000 bets, we are up 10%. We got to $5 and an extra 5 cents on top of that. No big dip. I was watching. We did start off with like 150-ish loss streak, something like that, off the very beginning. You can see we jumped right up to 72 cents in profit. And when I mentioned it in the video before, if you don't know what I was talking about, you can see if you look closely, the bigger the dip, the more profit in between each win there is. So every time there's a big dip, a huge spike in profit. So I'm perfectly fine with the big loss streaks. As long as we get that win, the big loss streaks are big. You know, that's a big thing. It helps a lot. It makes the strategy go a lot faster. It makes you profit a lot more. So if you guys do enjoy the strategy, let me know in the comments below if you have success with it. Make sure you join my Discord. Link is in the description, or discord.gg/MikeTheGambler. And if you sign up on Goded or any casino, really, use code MTG, but definitely recommend Go to Casino. Use code MTG to be my affiliate for so many extra benefits. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.